Now for our shoulder sculpting kettlebell session. So we're going to start out with the wrist buy-in. After you've done the forearm, elbow buy-in work, if everything's feeling good, we can go, we're going to start off building to our clean and press ladders by doing some rows and some presses. So we're going to start off with a bent over row, and we want to focus on the shoulder mobility here, meaning we're going to lock into our hinge to give us the depth, so the gravity is going straight down. We're going to allow our shoulder to twist, the scapula to come out as much as possible, and then we're going to pull that scapula back as much as possible. We want to aim to get our hand past our chest here for full range of motion in our row. We're not worrying about weight, we're not worrying about the lat power and drive. We want the shoulder to be the focus. So in practice, I let the shoulder come down and I pull it high. I cannot twist my torso and still have the same motion happen, but twisting into it, accentuating the motion, is a viable and valuable way to do it. I feel like it gets more shoulder range of motion in. So we're going to do 10 here on each side. After we do our bent rows, we're going to either do kettlebell bench pressing or kettlebell floor pressing. With kettlebells, I like the floor press because it builds into the getup that we're working towards later. So simple, we lie down, bring the kettlebell to the shoulder. More or less we want the hand close to this rack position, and then from here, elevate it up, elbow back to the side, and again, and I'll press 10 on each side. If you want to play with it, you can also, again here, twist in with the shoulder blade to get that deeper shoulder blade range of motion in, even as much as pushing up to the side to play with that power and to bring in some core engagement here. So we'll do 10 on each side for 3 sets to start building in to our clean and press action. You remember with the kettlebells we were using a towel for grip to protect for calluses, or you can get a glove. I'm not going to bother with that myself today because I'm doing low reps. So now we'll work on our clean. So the clean motion, we start the kettlebell hanging, we turn our fist through it in an uppercut motion, which brings the kettlebell to our shoulder, and then we shift our weight into the foot that's holding the kettlebell. We press through the heel, so locking out the knee as we press the weight up, hinging it back down, switching as we climb the ladder. On the way down, you can also add a little swing to switch hands. So climbing the ladder goes 1 on the right, 1 on the left, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. And so our kettlebell clean and press ladders will look like this. We want to go for that smoothness of the bell as we push our hand through here, and then on the drop, pulling our hand away from it as the bell falls away from our hand. I'm just going to do a 3-rung ladder for the demonstration. We're going to try and climb 5 rungs for 5 ladders. Each one takes a few minutes. The 5 ladders should take about 25 minutes total. It's a really nice total body shoulder, trap, deltoid, rhomboid workout. Gets the core involved. If you want to call it after that, work on other things, you can. But the finisher here that I like the most is Turkish get-ups. We're going to break it down, starting with the block for balance and stability. We start with a floor press. We press it up. Then the opposite hand comes to the side, the opposite leg straightens out, same leg bends. We twist, elevate up to the elbow, press up to seated. Now, this leg is going to step back for the lunge, this hand is going to base. We lift the leg up. We pull the leg back. Now we're positioned for a lunge. Rotate, step forward into our lunge. We go back the same way we came in. Stepping back, lower the knee, hand comes to base, lift the hips, slide the leg through to seated, lower down, switch the weight over to the other side, press, opposite hand goes down, same knee bends, push up, to a sit up, elevate the hips, pull the leg back, rotate into your lunge, step forward, step back, hand goes down, elevate the hip, slide it forward, sit down, lay down. When we get more advanced, we press, sit straight up, then we base, elevate, step back. You can do these empty, it's great for shoulder mobility. Or we can grab a weight. You can start with 5 pounds, you can start with a dumbbell. Press, base, sit up, hips up, leg comes back, step into your lunge, step back, knee down, hand down, elevate the hips, sit down. Just in case I was out of frame. Press to the hip. Hand down, hips up, legs forward, lie down. If we don't like this challenging move, we can start swinging dumbbells as our finisher. Here, 5-pound dumbbells will probably be a nice place to start, as this is an endurance move. So we start with our dumbbells up, and then we're just going to watch it as it swings. So we look at the dumbbell, it swings inside and comes back to the outside. Now the other side goes inside, comes on the outside, and then we just keep doing our inside swings in front of our body. Inside to outside. So those are our inside front swings. Outside front swing, my hand, the weight is on the outside of my shoulder. I push it on the outside of my shoulder. It winds up on the inside of my shoulder. Outside swing. Outside swing. We can twist with our swings. Let our body really get into the motion. Or we can make it more like a bicep curl. We don't twist much at all. But this is more of a playful practice move, as you're going to try and do it for 5 minutes straight. So you got to get the weight right, and you got to find your rhythm. These are our front swings. We can also do behind the head swings. So for the behind the head swing, we take our outside weight, we lift it, we put it behind our head, then we turn and pull it across. It comes back up to the outside position, it goes behind our head as we twist inside. Also, we could do the outside swing. So I push it out, and then when I bring it into my shoulder, I bring it behind my head, and then throw it out. To show you these from behind. So then you see we have the inside swing right into the behind the neck swing. You can see how these two motions flow into each other. You can just swing behind the head, then you can play around with it. Just learning ways to be loose with your dumbbells as you spiral them and swing them around. For the dumbbell swinging practice, this one's more of a practice of a play thing. You'll feel the whole time constant engagement of the arms, constant engagement of the shoulders. It's a nice light cardio, all upper body base, gets great blood flow, really opens up the neck. And as long as the forearms and wrists feel good afterwards, we're not overtaxing the arms. We're going to finish again with the same mobility we do after the workout.